Alright, let's go watch the second game. There's an Undead versus Orc here. Oporni, which is an Orc player, and Endgame, which is an Undead player. Endgame, a little higher level, has more games logged on W3 Champions as well. Has about 100 MMR more. Endgame, as the yellow Undead in the bottom left, has about 1076 MMR, if I remember correctly. And it's about 986 on Oporni, which is a little sussy name. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right, and it probably has nothing to do with New York. So, considering that Endgame, the Undead player here, Oporni means resistant. Aha. Well, that's great. In which language? Resistant. It's a Polish name. It means resistant. Ah, okay, okay. Dobre, dobrze, dobrze. So, even though the Orc has 100 MMR less, isn't Orc at low level OP if you go Farseer Shadow Wyverns? I feel like it is. But he's not going Farseer Shadow Wyverns. He's doing some kind of 4 peon late barracks, not a barracks, that's going gold instead. Okay, I see. I think he is doing Wyverns. So my guess is that Orc is gonna win, even though he has 100 MMR less. Can I still change my guess? He's not making hero. He is as active in this game as my DOG is right here. Yeah, making the Farseer. I invoke the power of the DOG. Next, let's look at the other. What the hell is this? He has double Crypt, double Ziggurath altar. But neither of the Crypts are working. What is this monstrosity of a build order? Okay, he can make double ghoul now. This is a rush strategy, yeah? Yeah. This is like the equivalent of 4-Rax Reaper proxy in Legacy of the Void StarCraft. It's like StarCraft 1 proxy double gateway zealot rush. I did that a lot, by the way. Yo, if you're gonna build a building, don't just stand there. What's he gonna make? Is it a shop? But if you're gonna make a shop, your shop is too late because hero should be started after the shop starts. And because you made the shop, you have no money again. Then why do you have to... No, stop making buildings! Stop! No! You already have 12 overpopulation. Why would you make another Ziggurath? Your crypts are idle. Oh my god. Oh, this is great. I love this. I need to calm down. I need to chill out, man. I just... The build order, man. It's the build order. And his shop might get cancelled. I think it's gonna get cancelled. Oh, sleep surround. He can do a sleep surround. Is he gonna do it? There it is. Sleep. Surround. That's it. Oh my god. Shop will get cancelled, but Farseer is gonna feel forced to town portal. Or is he going to let it die? If you're gonna town portal, you don't need to prove you can do it last minute, you know? Just do it immediately. I mean, you could have got out with 60, 70% life. Now you have nothing. To do what? To prove that you've got trigger hair reflexes? I will wait till I'm 1 HP. Oh man. Alright, cool. Well, that's the furthest war mill that you could make. Okay, what's the philosophy of the war mill location? What do you guys think? 1, he's hiding it because he doesn't want his opponent to know he has one. 2, after taking all these trees, which are in relative proximity to the Great Hall, and all these trees, which are in relative proximity to the Great Hall, once he starts building his 10,000 lumber bank, this will come in really helpful in about 37 minutes from now. Or is he protecting the war mill? Because if you put your peons really far back at the war mill, then going to the burrows is such a drag. It's like living in the top of Kilimanjaro, and then when you want to go for some eggs, buy some eggs from the supermarket, you need to climb all the way down. Such a drag. Anyway, resistant here, Oporni decided to stay in his base until his shop finished. So after venturing out into the wild, he made the mistake of getting sleep surrounded, and now because of you, he's afraid to walk on the sidewalk because he doesn't want to get hurt. Is this the plan? Just stay at home forever. I mean, he could activate his heal salve. Is it possible that I'm paying more attention to this game than he is? I'm like critiquing the game and his decisions and everything, but he's actually playing a second game of Warcraft 3. Wait, let me check the list. He might be multi-boxing. I think it is possible. Did he buy more heal salves? Yeah, he did. So it's going to be Shadowhunter, double bestiary, so it is some kind of rendition of the Lyn Farseer Shadow Wyvern meta from recently. As for endgame, for Zigguraths, double Crypt. Very late tech, he started it about 20 seconds ago. And he's doing Dreadlord Sleep Vampiric Creeping, which I can appreciate. Got some slick micro as well, saving low ghouls and then bringing new ones in. The Switch crew. Apparently remains in very close proximity to his base, gonna go double bestiary wyverns. Now, Dreadlord ghouls, pretty good, right? But what are Dreadlord ghouls without a graveyard not good against? I'll give you a hint. It flies on a creature with an orc atop of it, and it's made from the bestiary. It's not raiders. It brings death from above. Kodo Beast. Ah! Almost. I see I'll be casting you next soon, Samuel Jackson, in the Bronze League Heroes. Yes, Wind Raiders. That is correct. Torrents was a close answer. Whoa!
A player's forces are under attack.
I thought he's gonna make his graveyard here for sure. Why? Why here? What's the thought school on this? It's as far away from as many trees as possible while touching one tree. Oh, it's a blight spreading graveyard, yeah. And maybe later when he has Temples of the Damned, he can summon skeletons further out from his base. Okay. So, how does it... Oh my god, he's selling everything. He's going on a mad reverse shopping spree. Do you guys have this in your country? We call it flea market. You take all your jank from your shed and the attic. Everything you haven't... Every toy you haven't played with, every little picnic table you won't use anymore. You put it out on a carpet on some holiday day. And then you're gonna go sell it all for very low prices, and people come by and take some stuff. I think you call it garage sale, no? Yeah. No, we don't do fleas here. Oh. What's taters, precious? Garage sale, yeah. So? Garage sale stuff. Selling every little item he had. Vite Grenier in France. I see. So, mass ghouls with upgrades. I like it. Double crypt. Now, for someone that double crypts and has a lot of popcap supply, I really feel like he could be stepping on the crypt. Like, he has a sense of timelessness about unit production. Where he's like, why make now when I can make later? I enjoy such levels of procrastination when it comes to doing my administration. But when it comes to ghouls, I like to just make them. I got money, I got pop, let's go. That's the plan, right? Just make them. But he's like, nah, I can make them later. Let's save up a 3,000 gold bank to see what we need. We can always make units later. And I'll tell you what, he is going to need something else. He's going to be very shocked about these units. Wait, air units? That's cheating. Instantly just TPs. But one of his ghouls survives. Thanks to armor upgrade, actually. And makes it here, and he's going to be the sentinel that checks for expansions, which, by the way, there is none. Now what? Garks? Oh my god! That's why you save up money, guys. That's why you don't hastily spend. This is why I'm wrong. Right? Had he kept efficiently macroing, he would have had the wrong unit now. But now he can go 6 Fiends and Burrow and Web upgrade. Also... Since he made a full wall off, this by the way is the best against Blade. It's not good against Farseer, because what if you get attacked by wyverns from the trees? What are you gonna do? Right? So only if you're against Blade should you close the wall. Every one gap Ziggurath cannot allow Fiends and Dreadlord to walk through. Acolytes can. So it's not like a full wall, but it is locked against everything that's small. Yeah, that's bigger than small. So Porny could just send his wyverns around and kill acolytes with complete impunity. But he is walking without TP against Dreadlord mass ghouls, which does feel risky. He's been creeping more though. Level 3/3 against Dreadlord 3. One Nerubian is your answer to this? Oh my god, Oporni's going in. Straight on the Fiends to counter to his Wind Riders. That's a nice sleep on the Farseer. With how little damage is coming against some of the webbed Fiends, webbed Wyverns, I feel like all the Wyverns will survive, but the Shadow Hunter may not be so lucky. So he does have Ankh of Reincarnation. I haven't seen a single Wyvern die yet, because the Fiends are getting focused down so well. That's the first. There's the second. He did not get XP for that, I think. Oh, maybe he did. Yeah, he did. Another coil on this Wyvern, perhaps. Wow. Oporni just doing this massive attack. Very, very strong attack. Very confident into the base. Endgame still working on Burrow and Frenzy upgrade. That was a wonderful timing by Oporni. Attacking before Frenzy and Burrow upgrade. Now those are finished. Ghouls now have bonus attack speed, 35% bonus, and they have 60 bonus movement speed. This got nerfed in the recent patch. He has to start more Fiends now. Oh, he didn't have money. Why? What did he buy? Nothing. Yeah, without Graveyard now, he's not able to make Fiends anymore. But it also makes you wonder why Graveyard here, and will he do it again? Because graveyards are important buildings. They enable Fiend production and Slaughterhouse production and Spirit Tower production, which finally he capitulated and said, okay, I'll make one. But that's why you make your graveyard in the back, because it just gets killed. So now, with 2 Fiends, what does he do? How does he ever dare to go onto the map again? He does have TP, so he could back off, but Oporni has the map and he's making full use of it. Oporni did go over 50 pop with upgrades. Wyverns are 2-1 soon. He has 2 Raiders as well.
A player's forces are under
Being
attack.
over 50 means you want to end the game. Either you want to defend and win, or you want to attack and win. Or you expect to fight in the open and win. So when you have positive unit counter against opponent, like you know you're stronger now than the opponent. If you're over 50, that means you should attack or expand. The worst thing you can do is to have an army that's way better than an opponent. And then stay over 50 and then not do anything that gets you further ahead, which is either an expansion or to kill them in their base. Of course, he is creeping, which is not too bad. That gets you further ahead as well. It works. He could take the red spot, the other red spot. That's enough of a lead to use with 50 pop deficit at disadvantage. To be clear, the reason I'm saying this is because he has 30% less gold income when you're at 60 pop, as opposed to endgames under 50. But not a problem. It takes a long time for that to balance out and for endgame to actually get a bigger army. And Oporni is going to attack, in fact. These peons can beat this ghoul if he sees it.
I can do that. Zug that.
Easy kill. Ghouls do not naturally regenerate away from Blight. Now this fight is going to be somewhat better for endgame. He has Frenzy now. He's not focusing the Wyverns that have been webbed though. So Death Knight died with full mana. Nope. Burrow is not being used. Endgame is defending on Blight, which is wonderful for him, but it's not enough. It's not enough. More Fiends are coming out though. We get some sleeps on the shadows. Hey! Some Wyverns are starting to die. Not too bad, not too bad. That one is going to die to the Black Citadel. Raider dying. I'd say Endgame has a rat's chance here. DK is being remade, which has a 50% chance of getting stuck, depending where he decides to come out. Yeah, this is so risky. Continuing to attack into an entrenched undead position, focusing Crypt while your Wyverns are dying. He did go for a Hex. Oh! The Dreadlord, he needs heal pot! Now! TP! Oh, he just decided to die. He has 600 gold. You know, he was actually winning suddenly. I can't believe the throw by Oporni. It's actually such a massive throw to stay back here. He's losing literally all his wyverns and maybe even heroes against just units. It's an incredible throw. But because the dreadlord didn't buy heal pot, he couldn't find the button in time. He's gonna be outmatched by heroes. One more kill and it's level 5-5. Yep, there it is. It's a coin flip. That does mean DK has been getting experience. But I predicted this. You know, he doesn't want to unsummon the Ziggurath to prevent this from happening. He's just going to cut the tree. Makes sense. DK is back. Crypt has 3 fiends tied up. Contrary to what some people believe, you do not lose the money tied up in the crypt. You get it refunded when the crypt dies. There it is, 1,000 gold. He needs a new crypt. Dude, these games are wild. I love it. They're so actively fighting over everything. Like, for some reason, I wonder what he's thinking, right, Oporni? He's like, I have to finish you now or else. Double crypt again. Wow. All right. Double crypt. Dreadlord is in production. Much better hero levels for Oporni. But because he doesn't have a lot of ground units, it is possible for him to lose his heroes at some point. Right? Wyverns, pretty good damage. It also remains to be seen if Endgame is ever going to buy Orb of Corruption on Dreadlord, which could be pretty good. Ironically, that does make his Vampiric useless, as he will no longer be melee when attacking air. No, I don't think you should be here with a DK and 1 Fiend. No, this is so risky, I don't... No! No, what? And there's a boneyard. So you hide the double crypt, but you make the boneyard in front. That's like doing a surprise party for your loved one's birthday, and the only person you tell about it is your loved one. Hey, I'm doing a surprise party. Don't tell anyone. Who's it for? For you. It's for your birthday tomorrow. Okay, who did you invite? Well, nobody. It's a surprise. Wow. It's just the wrong way around. It's almost toxic, you know? He builds the boneyard in front, but he hides the crypts. It's like opposite world. But anyway, he just wanted Oporni to think that he's gonna go for worms when really he's not. DK getting focused. Can he find the heal pot in the shop? Heal pot, heal pot, heal pot, heal pot. Orb of Corruption. Ghouls, use the ghouls. Ah, the tower got the XP. Dreadlord will not be leveling up anytime soon. You have Burrow, you have Burrow. Now, I understand all about forgetting things. Like, I see you have Burrow, you could just Burrow, right? That's what I'm thinking. But how many times did I forget to use BKB? Ah, there we go. How many times did I forget to use Black King Bar in Dota 2? It's not easy to remember all the abilities on different units. So the DK is in production again. Death Knight gonna be coming back. Oporni now has an expansion with double towers. More and more wyverns are coming in. They're well upgraded. He keeps up the pressure. I think he's in a great position. Keep in mind, Undead has 100 MMR more. I predicted the Orc win. Because at this level, I think it's true. It's tough to deal with wyverns.
A player's forces are under attack.
Massive Burrow, exactly. Grubby, what unit could you do with 2,500 wood? Oh my god, he's got 2,500 wood. Oh my god. Well, you could do some boneyards. But I'll tell you what, do not diversify your army while defending on one base against 2. Also getting 1-1 upgrades on fiends. It's no time to tech switch when you're completely up against it. You need to make units and stop the disparity. Yo, Oporni noticed he had 16 gold. Very aware player. Goes for another cheeky tower that has long reach over the trees. About this much.
A player's
pretty
forces
cool.
are under attack.
Trying to hunt for scraps Now, all these fiends will web wyverns. There's two ways you can play it. You can web wyverns and then walk back to make sure that their DPS is not part of the fight. Or you can web them and use all fiends to focus a single wyvern. But what doesn't work is just web and then A move. So he is focusing one by one now, so that's better than before. He also needs to use ghouls because, you know, 2700 wood is enough. We're also seeing some vampiric aura synergy with fiends, which is not the greatest since it only works on melee. But the raiders, I think, is going to be enough. Just raiders and wolves will be enough to kill everything. Good job by Oporni. Nice army composition, expansion, pressure, courage. It was all there. Endgame is going to TP out for the final time. His upgrades weren't quite finished. And Oporni's now going Mass Raiders. Is a little low on lumber. He's getting his first attack upgrade. Even gonna go get the red spot. It's gonna be a lot of claps. I expect 2 raiders to die. That's the first one. Maybe that's the only one. Might lose a Wind Rider if he doesn't heal. Doesn't have enough mana yet, but has enough now. Yeah, there we go. One more on the Wind Rider. Ah, okay. Cloak of Flames. Honestly, the way he's been positioning his Farseer, Cloak of Flames on Shadow would be pretty good. The way he's been positioning his Shadow, I mean. Like, normally Cloak of Flames should go on a melee hero, but Shadow, if you remember, was like right over here. Almost like he wanted to tank with it, because he had Ankh of Reincarnation anyway. Let's see, there's Vampiric level 2, which means Sleep level 3, which is pretty nice. Unsummoning the Ziggurath, the gold mine is gonna have to go for an expansion. DK's coming back. He's seeking creeps anywhere, endgame. But he never scouted the expansion again. Even though his ghoul died at some point, he probably doesn't know to what. It was the 2 peons, but wouldn't you need to do something about that? Ah, into the loving arms of raiders and wind riders. The 5 acolytes. Intending to expand. All of them shall die. We get very close to Earthquake. He has TP, saw no expansion here, assumed it was going to be in the corner because that's where he intended to expand. And is now going to walk with his whole army towards Oporni's natural expansion. He will find the towers. He will start fighting them. Orc will either base trade or run home. And then there will be a fight. And it will be the end of all fights. Let's see what's he going to decide. The correct decision is to just base trade. But he's going to go back. It feels safe. With pillage, you can just eliminate the undead. It's also fun, but I guess it's also kind of safe to go back and protect your expansion. Protect the lead, you know, make sure that your income remains up. So he comes in with wyverns and raiders. There is a web, but it's pretty hard to focus those wyverns with all the pressure on you. He is not focusing anything right now. He's just feeling very, very overwhelmed by the amount of units. Hex on the dreadlord. Kodos come in, eats 1 fiend. Second fiend. The towers are shooting still. Absolutely great position for Oporni to fight here. Both his heroes are sleeping, which is cool. It would have worked with more equal army, perhaps. But he never had an equal army. That's because he fully committed to ghouls without knowing his opponent's composition. This game really illustrates the value of scouting. Now, I understand scouting is very taxing to your multitasking. GG. GG, Oporni, the orc wins. Undead loses. It's very taxing to your multitasking. And I also remember in new RTS, I sometimes wouldn't even scout, even though I'm like an RTS top player. I wouldn't even scout because I'll be like busy learning build orders when I'm new. And even when you scout, if you don't know what you're seeing, then it almost has no value. You're like, oh, okay, this building, I don't know what it means or how I should counter. I'll just do my thing. I totally get it. But there's a couple of things that are really self-explanatory. Do they have an expansion? You should probably check for that every 2 minutes at least. Then you can make better decisions. And the second one is, do they have a unit that I physically cannot counter? Not like their unit is a little better than mine. Like breakers counter shamans, but you can still kill breakers. More like, are they going mass griffins and I'm massing grunts? That's a problem you need to act on sooner rather than later. And that's the case here. With his mass ghouls, he actually had a pretty strong ground army that would have given the low-level Farseer Shadow quite a lot of trouble had he started Fiend production earlier. If he had had 50 pop with 6 Fiends and Ghouls, which he absolutely had money and time for, against the initial Wyverns, it would have been an easy fight. But now he kept losing small amounts of units because Aporni was very aggressive. Very cool game. GG, Orc wins. Reaches level 6-6, but we didn't get to see the ults. See you next.